Ooh. Wow, I feel like we're in a time warp or something, dude.
Blast from the past.
It is a blast from the past. Welcome to Films Then, everybody. Man, we are going old school. This is where actually Films Then started. So we're going a little sentimental tonight. Why not?
Right.
We're doing Deadpool 2. I'm sure Ryan Reynolds wouldn't mind that. In fact, wouldn't be surprised if he cameos any minute now. But wow, what can I say? This is, once again, it delivers. It's just such a fun movie, and even the character, comic book wise, are just on the screen. It's just such a unique, just a unique thing. Anyways, the whole breaking the fourth wall and looking at the camera and doing his stuff, or just of course you got your cussing and goring, X-Men kind of thing going on, and it's just like, wow. And even though coming into theater, at least on, I better be careful, Ryan Reynolds will joke around about that too. Anyways, walking in the theater of Deadpool 2, you are very prepared for the shock value, but yet it still hits you every now and then, now and then. But it's not as shocking anymore, but it's still just as fun.
Right.
The one thing that I really do enjoy is I like to see an actor embrace their role. Mm-hmm. And Ryan Reynolds, and you've seen it in interviews, and it's just actually, he just goes above and beyond, where he's a co-producer on this thing, and he's a co-writer on this. So the man cares about this character.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking, you know what, he'll probably be buried in the Deadpool costume. I mean, wouldn't surprise me at all, because it is, actually I think Deadpool was written for him. They really went with a Van Wilder kind of a character, and it's his improvisational technique. It's what he's best at. I mean, he wears it like a glove, and it's and it's perfect, and it's great. Yeah, he completely embraces the role, and I think it's infectious to other people around him as well. I think that they enjoy working with that and working off of it. Or at least that's the way that it kind of plays out in the movie. Like what you're saying as far as the shock value, yeah, absolutely. The first Deadpool, the shock value at all the raunchiness and the jokes and the gore and just everything in there was, I mean, it was a bit surprising. It was a bit, you didn't really know what to expect, which made it even more funny. And going in, you're expecting it, and I think that, a little bit of that is taken away, but certainly not to the point where you're disappointed in any way, shape, or form.
No.
I was laughing throughout the entire thing, mostly the inside jokes.
Absolutely.
The references to Todd, and stuff like that were just, I'm just cracking up. All the different movie franchise references that they're making, and, all the comic book references he's making. Like a guy who can't draw feet.
I know.
And I'm the only one in the theater laughing at a lot of these.
Right.
Because I realize they don't get it. They don't realize, but who cares?
Right.
It was just so much fun to watch. And there again, still gory, still just perverted as hell with the jokes. Just raunchy all over the place. And a fun story nonetheless.
Right. But even though, like I said, we raunchy, adult humor, I mean, obviously it's rated R, but yeah, at the same time, just like the first one, at least there is, again, some kind of balance. So there is some kind of sentimentality to it as well. Mm-hmm. In a twisted way, but I think that's what makes it work. It's just not all blood, blood, gore, gay,
dick jokes.
Yeah, dick jokes, cussing, and ha. I mean, it's they just know how to interweave it with, maybe not as many dramatic parts, folks.
Right.
Not like the first. Well, the first one had a couple. When he learned he had cancer in the first one.
Yeah.
That was a pretty dramatic moment. And I love that the acting chops that Ryan Reynolds does have, like in the first, and he does the same thing. There's moments where he does turn it on, where he does have really good, solid acting chops, and it's just like, I like this, you know, and I want to see more of this. And long live Deadpool.
Right.
May there be 10 of them. You know, I'd be happy as a clam. And he even said, well, he was joking. He said he said I'm going to do 25 of them. You know, in one of his interviews.
Yeah.
And is there truth to that?
Could
because
be.
This one's very good.
Yeah, it is. I don't see them losing steam at all. You know, even with their fan base, I don't think that they're going to disappoint their fan base. I really couldn't see anybody having any real complaints about this. Certainly over the versus the first one. Nobody's going to say the first one's better because of and have a really legitimate leg to stand on. I mean, yeah, the breaking of the fourth wall was hilarious. He's mentioned more than once in the movie. That's just lazy writing, you know. But it's funny because it works.
It works, but at the same time, but they're also pointing out of lazy writing that's going on in the industry, so it makes it even funnier. It's like, there are moments of lazy writing.
It's a joke on them. It's a joke on the rest of the industry.
It's a joke on Marvel, really.
Yeah, it really is. You could even say it's ahead of its time when it comes to identifying these things and pointing them out in its own movie, and I love that. It just makes fun of itself, makes fun of its peers. Yeah. Really a no holds barred, and I mean it works.
Totally works.
I laughed the entire time. The action was great, comedy was great. It was a good time. It was certainly time and money well spent. Yeah. I'll do it again.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I mean, I was saying before, I mean, there really is not much of film theory when it comes to this movie, so I really can't take a scene and break it down to the nth degree like we do on our nth degree of Zen. But I mean, wow! I mean, Infinity War blew us away, so it was really kind of nice to walk into this like, wow, a real comedy, you know, especially. You know, I mean, no spoilers on Infinity War, and by all means, no, like it was a downer. No, like, no, it was not a downer. It was just Infinity War was just a serious, like comparatively, just a serious movie. So I mean, so it's really nice to walk in going, just lose your shit for 2 hours. You know, it's like
It's a real distraction. It's a laugh riot. You know, you just
walk
in.
It's a total escape.
It's an escape. You're laughing the entire time. You're having a really good time with it, and and you're entertained. It's not stupid. It's not. I mean, plotline isn't. It's certainly not the strongest, but I mean. It's not paper thin either. Right. It's a pretty decent story.
But I like what you said, though, about the actors. The actors, again, I think you're right. I mean, I think Ryan Reynolds does kind of inspire to step up. Because, because, acting, that comedy is harder than drama.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, when you see some really good comedy... I think some folks, just regular fans, and no knock, guys. I mean, yeah, we're film guys, and if you're not, it's all good. You just want to show up to a movie, cool. But I don't think people realize the skill that it really takes to harness really good timing when it comes to comedy.
It's not everybody who can volley back and forth, especially with improvisational comedy styles like Ryan Reynolds has. Yeah. Him and T.J. Miller. I mean, they going back and forth, and even the kids thrown in there as well. I mean, just like in the first one, everybody, the blind ladies,
totally,
all of her stuff coming out, and it was just really great. It's just the kind of thing that you see everybody just sort of meshing together and having a good time, and even Negasonic with her, her very deadpan style, kind of changes it a little bit, but it's still funny as hell watching her do her thing.
Another thing I really liked about this was Domino. I mean, it was not overly done. I mean, it wasn't like, hi, I'm this really good-looking, ass-kicking girl. No, she was a really good-looking, ass-kicking girl, and it worked. And it was awesome. She did a phenomenal job. And I don't know about you, but I got chills at a moment. I know, Deadpool 2, you got chills? Yes. And it was the Juggernaut.
Oh,
that gave me chills. It almost, once again, it's the brilliance of this team, this creative team of saying this is a cool ass character that has not been explored yet, and there he was on the screen, like, yes, there's jokes aside, but it was really cool to watch him on screen, and I couldn't help but think, with the whole, like the whole reboot of the X-Men, X-Men First Class, and Age of Apocalypse, and Days of Future Past. I love that one. Yeah. Days of Future Past, yeah, exactly. Where's Juggernaut? So it was really nice to see him in this.
Right, it really was. It certainly is a little bit different than than the Juggernaut that we had seen in the film
Oh,
before.
God. And I think Ryan Reynolds would do a cameo and shoot you in the head.
Yeah, right? Yeah, seriously.
Right? No spoiler alert. Enough said. Great movie. A lot of fun. Great escape. I enjoyed it.
Yep, me too. Go
All right.
and see it. You'll
we'll
love
see
it.
you guys. We'll see you next time on Films End. Let's go live.